Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Knowledge is Money. In this session we are discussing about the topic light. In this topic we are discussing about concept of light, properties of light, nature of light, reflection, types of reflection and laws of reflection. Okay, welcome to all. Okay, let us begin. Think to yourself, what makes things visible? We already know that light makes things visible. Without light we can't see the object, so light is necessary to see the objects. Okay, next, today in this session we will learn about concept of light, learn about the nature of light, learn about properties of light, types of reflection and laws of reflection of light. Okay, let us begin. Concept of light. What is light? Light is a type of electromagnetic radiation that allows the human eye to see or makes the objects visible. Light makes the objects visible to our naked eyes. Without light we can't see the objects. So light is a type of electromagnetic radiation that allows the human eye to see or makes the objects visible. Okay. Next. Visible light having the range in between 380 to 700 nanometers of wavelength. That means visible light having the wavelength of 380 to 700 nanometers. Nanometers means 10 to the power of minus 9 meters of wavelength. Got it? Next, nature of light. We already know that light has a dual nature. One is wave nature and another one is particle nature of light. We already know that. Okay, we are move on to the next slide. Some sources of light. Some common sources of light include sun, bulbs, stars, candles, torch, moon. These are some common sources of light. Next, properties of light. Some basic properties of light includes light travels in a straight line. We already know that light always travels in a straight line. The velocity of a light is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. That is called speed of the light is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Light having the property of reflection and light having the property of refraction. There is a difference between reflection and refraction. Both are not same. Okay. Light can travel through a vacuum. That means light do not need material medium for their propagation. Light can travel through vacuum. Okay. Next, reflection of light. What is meant by reflection of light? Reflection of light means bouncing back of light after striking the surface in the same medium is called reflection. See the image. The light from the source hit the mirror at a point M and it get reflected. See the image. The incident ray, reflected ray and the normal. The incident ray hit the mirror at the point M and it get reflected. And the normal drawn at the point of incidence is called normal point of incidence. The angle made by the incident ray with the normal of incidence is called angle of incidence, and the angle made by the reflected ray with the normal of incidence is called angle of reflection. See, the plane mirror M reflect the light. So totally reflection means bouncing back of light after striking the surface in the same medium. When a light falls on the surface, it reflects back. We already know that the reflection of light occurs in many ways in nature. Okay, we move on to the next session or next slide. Example for reflection of light. Reflection in mirrors. When you stand in front of the mirror, we will see the reflection of light. Reflection of light in water. Mirror reflect the light. See the three images. Next, types of reflection. we already know the definition of reflection. The reflection having two types. One is regular reflection and another one is irregular reflection. Regular reflection means when a narrow beam of light strikes a mirror, the light will not reach your eyes unless your eye is positioned at the right place where the law of reflection is satisfied. That means regular reflection means we can't see the reflection very clarity and visible without stand in the proper position. That means we not reach our eye unless your eye is positioned at the right place where the law of reflection is satisfied. In regular reflection, we can see the clear image and clear visibility of the image. See the image of the mountain, it is reflected in water. So for the regular reflection, we have to position at the right place where the law of reflection is satisfied. In regular reflection, we can see the clear image and clear visibility of the image. Okay, we have move on to the next slide. Irregular reflection. When a light is incident upon the rough surface, it is reflected in many directions. That means when a light is incident on the rough surface, it will be reflected in many directions. In irregular reflection, we can't see the clear and visible image of the object which is reflected. That means ಒಂದು ಇರ್ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾದ ಚಿತ್ರವನ್ನು ಕಾಣಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ರಫ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆದಂಥ ಇಮೇಜು ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. Okay, we are move on to the next slide. First law of reflection. Let us consider a ray incident on the plane surface and is reflected back. The angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection, that is I is equal to R. That is first law is equal to the first law of reflection states the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. In this image, see the light from the source hit the plane mirror at the point O and it get reflected back. The angle made with the normal by the incident ray is called angle of incident, and the angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is called angle of reflection or reflected angle. The first law of reflection state angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, I is equal to R. Next, second law of reflection. The second law of reflection states that the incident ray, the normal drawn at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lies in the same plane. That means the incident ray, the light from the source, and the reflected ray, the light which get reflected after striking the mirror or object, and the normal drawn at the point of incidence are all lies in the same plane. If it is lies in xy plane, it is lies all the three rays are lies in the same plane. Second law of reflection states angle of incidence and angle of reflection and normal drawn at the point of incident are all lies in the same plane. That means incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal drawn at the point of incidence are all lies in the same plane. Okay, I think you get the concept. Thank you. Please subscribe and watch the videos.